You just won 2-1. You're top of the table, but your manager looks like he just lost.
But after we had a period of 2-3 minutes in deep, totally passive with horrible defensive habits, that is nowhere near the level.
What happened in those 3 minutes that made Arteta call it unacceptable? And why did a win against the bottom team leave the entire Emirates silent? Today I'm breaking down Arsenal versus Wolves, and I'm going to show you a terrible problem hiding behind this victory. A problem that, if not fixed, could destroy Arsenal's entire season. Okay, to understand what Arteta is saying, we need to rewind the match. Minute 68. Own goal. Sam Johnstone has scored at the wrong end to make it 1-0. He just scored the opening goal. Emirates explodes. Everything's perfect. And here's the craziest stat you'll hear today. Until minute 68, no team had a shot on target. That's right, Wolves didn't, Arsenal didn't either. Not a single shot on target. Arsenal had Martinelli's chance, 2 yards out, completely comfortable, but he shoots wide. Tons of overload situations in the box, but the final pass hits the first defender. But that's not the biggest problem. The biggest problem is what happened right after the goal. In 3 minutes, Arsenal suddenly disappeared. Raya receives the ball from the defence and just kicks it long aimlessly. Arteta said,
No, it's deeper, and then we have the ball in the hands of the keeper, and we don't play, we just kick it. No.
And after 68 minutes without a shot, Wolves get their first shot and score. So the question is why? Why does a team top of the Premier League suddenly play like a championship side? Arteta explained this, and his answer is truly concerning. He said, it's not that we dropped deep naturally, it's that we had the ball at the goalkeeper's feet and just launched it aimlessly. Look at this difference. Minute 1 to 68, short passes, build up from the back. Minute 68 to 71, long balls, kick and hope. Arsenal changed their style, not because Wolves pressed, but because Arsenal chose to play that way, and Arteta called it a terrible defensive habit. But here's the worst part. Ben White. Knee tendon injury, playing because Arsenal have no one else. Arteta admitted we are buying a ticket for another injury. Here's Arsenal's current injury list. Timber, Calafiori just returned, White now injured again. Arteta calls it a vicious cycle. Okay, so Arsenal won, 2 points clear at the top. Everything's fine, right? Not quite, because here's what Premier League history teaches us. 2013-14, Liverpool slip, Man City win the title. 18-19, Liverpool get 97 points, still finish second. 2022-23, Arsenal lead by 8 points, collapse. In a title race, there are no easy games, no weak opponents. And Arteta knows this, he's been through last season. The scoreline should have been more comfortable, but the big question is, can Arsenal maintain this form all season with such a damaged squad? To answer that question, we need to look at what Arteta calls everything slowly deteriorating. Here's Arsenal's December schedule. Game mode, 2 days rest, game. Arteta says, when you don't train, certain habits start to deteriorate, and we saw that against Wolves. No one pressing the ball, gaps between lines too wide, goalkeeper kicking long randomly, nowhere near the required level. But here's the scariest thing. This psychological issue is real. Wolves are bottom of the table. How did Arsenal not have a single shot on target in the first half against the bottom team? Arteta, we didn't pick the right colour jersey. He means Arsenal passed the ball to Wolves players instead of teammates. This isn't poor technique, this is poor concentration. Okay, enough negativity. Is there anything positive? There is. A Saka cross led to an own goal. Perfect timing, smart positioning, and Gabriel Jesus. Minute 90+4. Total chaos, but he was there. Arteta said this gives you the belief that no matter how the game goes, you can always find a way to win. And that's the strength of champions. 12 games, 9 wins. Top of the table. 2 points clear, never giving up. Always believing, always fighting. But belief isn't enough to win the Premier League. Man City didn't win because of belief. They won because of consistency. Pep, we don't win by luck. Arsenal this game, 0 shots on target, first half. Conceded from opponent's first shot. Needed a 90+4 goal to beat the bottom team. The season-defining question is, does Arteta have enough time to fix these bad habits before the Christmas period, the defining phase of the season, begins? Arteta knows the problem. We need to improve. What we learned today, winning doesn't equal playing well. Injuries are a vicious cycle. Bad habits spread fast when you don't train. Complacency is an invisible enemy. Arsenal have 1 week to reset, 1 week to fix these issues. After that, Everton, and then Christmas madness. Will it be enough? We'll find out. If you want to follow Arsenal this season, subscribe so you don't miss the analysis after each match. Drop a comment and let me know what you think about this performance. And remember one thing, the Christmas period defines the entire season. Thanks for watching.